Good morning. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Natto and Samantha Perry with you on a beautiful day here in Hollandale Beach overlooking the track there where Fast Tapeta is in play as well. This is going to start now going forward a 3-day racing week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the Rainbow Six is always in play, and $200,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. It's getting up there.
It is getting up there, and get a part of it. Right now, when it's kind of at the lower level, it's a good time to maybe sweep it.
Yeah, get me out of a little hole.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Tennis didn't go well this morning for me, so we'll see what happens. But 8 races for you on tap. Of course, the early pick 5 is going to kick off in the opener. And as Samantha and I always say, we'll take a look at my ticket now. We've got rolling horizontals today on the 8-race card. That's always exciting. $48. I had to rework this. We were just talking off the air. Only a few scratches today, and of course, my best bet was one of them. So that was in race number 4. So that is the rework. In race number 2, the top pick, the 2-year-olds Mist. Looking forward to seeing Mist get just a little extra ground today. Key scratch in that race as well as Sun Azteca. In race number 3, Wara is back for Ronaldo Richards. Got that one on top. We'll show you a replay. Sassy But Precious is out of race number 4, unfortunately. So I had to rework that. Caravana now on top, the 2 for me. And there's your spread in race number 5, and that kicks off the late pick 4. 6, 8, 7, 3, extra Indy at a little bit of a price on a drop. $48. The opener, 5 furlongs, sprinting on the Tapeta fillies and mares. 12-5. Maiden Claimers, a little bit of a tricky race, and we've got the same order, and we've got the replay too of Hustle Queen, who I thought was pretty good on the comeback for Rohan last time.
Yeah, that was now she's making her second start off of a 1-year layoff, almost a little bit more, and she ran really well. And what I like about her is she drew the 1 post position, but I like the ride that Edwin Gonzalez did with her, and it was a good comeback. It's a great starting spot, and now she's drawn perfect to this outside.
Yeah, look at her reach out here late, too. She wants to get second. She's not going to win, but I thought this was a very, very good effort. You said it perfectly, inside to outside. I remember we commented on the air. She was not in for the tag either, so he wanted to keep her around. Well, now back on quick rest, which I like, and I think it's all systems go for Hustle Queen today. Perfectly drawn, and she's really perfectly drawn because the horse to her inside, Cajun Fantasy, should be able to lead these, and she's going to sit right off.
Yeah, I think Cajun Fantasy is the only hint of speed in this race, right? And it's hard to wire him on the Tapeta. I don't think anybody's fast enough to run with her early, and that's going to set up perfect for Hustle Queen. Like you said, just kind of sit off her flank and hopefully win the race.
Yeah, for sure. I think the gap from there is a pretty big one. Cairo Winner. A lot of horses coming over from Tampa now, bringing 2-turn form. This is sharp for Cairo Winner, though.
Yeah, it is. I kind of would maybe like to wait and see on this one.
Mikasa underneath for you as well. She could get a piece.
She could, yeah. She's coming out of a race where the 2nd and 3rd place finishers won next out, so I think that flatters her a little bit.
A little bit, for sure. We'll take a look in race 2 now. The 2-year-olds are in the spotlight here. 5 furlongs on the main track for the fillies, and early pick 4 time. And as we said, we get a roll here with horizontals. We'll take a look at Samantha's ticket. I know Ash Wednesday was out. You liked her.
Yeah, I was all in on Ash Wednesday. Unfortunately, I had to rework this. We're going to get to this race in just a second. Race 3, the 6, Uncle B. I love the way this horse is drawn today. It's going to be my single. Race 4, I did lose my top pick, but I scratched into the 4 trotting gear by default. I'm hoping she can get it done today. And I love Ireland. I think this horse might be tough as well. And in race 5, the end, the sequence, the 7 is my top pick. That's Spirit of Power. I like a fresh horse coming into this race here, and I like the draw as well. It's $9 for me. It's a small one, but punch it a couple times, or maybe if you've got a bigger budget, just add to it.
So we scratched the 1 Ash Wednesday. The 3 Sun Azteca was the big one. She was going to be a big, big player.
Yep.
Did you pick her?
No.
Okay, you didn't. I knew we talked about her. Mist, though. Let's lead it off with Mist. You went another way, but we've got the replay. I want you to talk about it. She just kind of looked to me like a horse. You're not going to win from there. That's not going to happen. But there's Sun Azteca now. She's out, of course. But I thought, she's running. The winner is the 3. I thought Mist just looks like a horse that wants more ground.
Exactly. And this is a horse that Mist and Cherokee were stablemates. The 6 here and the 5. I liked Cherokee a lot better, but Mist actually impressed me more because I like that closing kick. Cherokee, we've probably seen like the best of her. She's going to go to the front, and that's really about it. But I think that Mist has a lot of upside. She can only improve off of that, and that was a lot of ground she made up. Now, she couldn't get to the winner, but she almost got to her stablemate there, and I think she's very, very solid in this spot.
I agree. If you want to nitpick a little bit, Cherokee, I believe at 1-2 didn't win next out. So, you know, and the winner was 15-1 and got blitzed in one of the Royal Ascot Stakes. But I think maybe Miss might even want a little more ground, but she's going to show up today. You've got the 2. It's only words. She looks fast on paper.
Yeah, she does. And now the post position draw, this is really a bummer for me. And I didn't want to change my picks around here, but this is not something that I would suggest. Really hammering a first-time starter from the rail. Ron Spatsy does a very good job. He trained this mare, actually, Hot Fudge Honey. So I like the fact that he knows the family and quick works on paper, but it's the rail draw. You've got you have to stand in the gate the longest out of everybody, Brian, when they load. And now it's not that big of a field, but still they can get restless, and then you usually break towards the inside. You dwell a little bit at the start. It's going to be tough here today.
Yeah, she better break running for sure, because then you run the risk of having the 5 others, swoop over on you. We're way out of it from there. Florindia, excuse me, gets a little weight break with Michael Hernandez aboard.
Yeah, she does, and she ran actually really well last time. Now we're seeing these 2-year-olds make a few more starts, and I just wonder if that race will come back to her a little bit. She is a filly, and sometimes that can take a bit out of them, or sometimes they flourish in it. I guess with her, we'll see her in the paddock. It remains to be seen.
Yeah, it was a weird run. She was up close early, dropped back, and then she came again. She kind of ran in spots a little bit.
We might see blinkers one day on her,
Yeah, for sure. Roscoe Village, another firster. Tom Proctor winning everything around here.
Yeah. They're betting him, too.
Yeah, they're betting him, too.
I don't see it with this filly here, but actually now she's drawn quite well.
Better, because with 2 scratches, she gets to move to the inside. So we'll see. We get to tab the tote board. If you like the 2, if you like the 7, you don't want to see him up there at 9-1. That would not be a good sign.
No,
so 2 down, 6 to go. We'll take a little break here. When we come back, Rainbow 6 time, $200,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee.
My Racehorse has opened up a door for people that felt like that door would have never been opened for them.
We can all be owners, and we can all get that excitement.
You can meet your horse through the different experiences and all of the events that My Racehorse puts together. You get that hands-on connection.
Whether you have $50 or $500, everyone that joins My Racehorse gets that experience of a lifetime.
I love My Racehorse. Let's go.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you on a beautiful Friday afternoon. And again, going forward will be 3-day racing, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 8 races today. So we got Rainbow 6 time here in the 3rd, and it's a big pool already. $200,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. I had to rework this thing a little bit, losing my best bet in race number 4. In race number 5, that's the spread race for me, number 6, Extra Indy. I had to single in race number 6 to get this ticket to an affordable number. Astro Weeks coming back off a win last time seems good enough for me. And then in race number 7, the 4, She's Spiteful for Jose D'Angelo. In race number 8, that's my long shot. The 7, Big Balloons for Scott Acker, trying a few different things. 38-40 there. Wara on the comeback for Ronaldo Richards, who I think is going to get going here soon. Yeah. If he hasn't already, he's already won a couple races. I'll start it off because Wara and Uncle B, well, perfect. You've got Uncle B on top. Yep. They tangled. Now, that's certainly not Uncle B's last race, but that was the last time we saw Wara, and that was in November. So, the layoff could be a little problematic here. The rail as well. Wara the 4, Uncle B the 3. Thank you, Bob. And this was a pretty good performance by Wara, who really likes his Tapeta as well.
Yeah, it's so consistent across the Tapeta, and this is a horse that strung together out of 4 races, 3 wins. You can't ignore that. And you see this horse here, he just kind of got buried, but he just runs so gamely. It's hard to ignore him in this spot, but there's not much difference between the 1 Wara and my top choice,
Sure.
the 6 Uncle B, but I think post is what it's going to come down
No,
to.
I agree. Post and trip, and War is going to have to work one out from down there. And the other thing, too, is, and you just saw it on your screen with the replay, Uncle B brings a lot of speed to the table.
He
If
does.
he clears off here, he's going to be tough.
Yeah, he will be. And Lionel Reyes, he can't say enough good things
No.
about the way he's been riding. Him and Edwin Gonzalez, they've been putting on a show. Glad to have Edgar Zeisbeck. He took the stake race on Saturday, or Sunday, pardon me.
Yep.
But this is a horse that I like the work that Scott Acker does, and even though on paper it's not a very high percentage trainer, but he's
Right.
a smaller outfit.
Yeah, he
And,
does a good job.
Yeah, he does do a good job. And this horse, nice, solid local breezes over at the Tapeta, just kind of keeps his head in the game. And he was running against some really tough horses last out.
Yeah, and he was running on the turf,
Yeah.
first time for Scott, and it just looked like maybe the race came up and they threw him in there. Well, now he's back with his friends in
Yep.
here and back on Tapeta, too.
Yep.
So he's a big, big player. The 3 Adios Asher been popular at the claim box, so now Danny Hertak's going to run him for the second time.
Yeah, and I like to see that too. And he faced, those were tough horses last out
Sure.
as well. Solarity, Adios Asher, of course, he's in this one. And he's, Adios Asher is a horse
Richie,
that,
too.
yeah, Richie. Richie was really, really good on the grass a couple starts back and then okay on the Tapeta. This is a horse, though, I think with Danny Hardtack, he's been claiming some nice horses. And it's almost like they need a start to kind of get into his training program because it's different. Every trainer trains differently. They've got different things going for them. And I think that this is a barn that the more time they have, the more time they kind of flourish.
And Angel Morales, can't say enough about the
Another
7.
one, yeah. Mhm.
7-pound apprentice that is just winning races in bunches. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
Late pick 5 time here in race number 4. We are 12-5 maiden claimers, fillies and mares. We're going 7. Very key and important scratch. The 1
Yes.
Sassy but Precious is out. I would have thought you had her high on there.
I scratched into my top pick here. So a little rework with the late pick 5 ticket here. Just going down with 2 of them, Trotting Gear and I Love Ireland. Race number 5, my top pick is the 7. That's Spirit of Power, fresh horse, Lionel Reyes, drawn to the outside with a lot of speed. Race 6, my single, as Brian's is as well, Astral Weeks. I just feel like this is the only horse that really has a lot of, has any type of gears to him. Race 7, the 7 is my top pick. That is Bullock. I'm on Brian's girlfriend here, facing a much softer level. And in the finale, I think this is a tough one to end the card, but Peach Nectar is my top pick on a huge class drop. I'm hoping that will get the horse woken up a little bit, maybe.
Once again, and it's been a theme of late, the last races could be very problematic.
yeah.
And that's how you blow this rainbow up. So take note of that. But let's get into race number 4 here. Again, the key scratch of the 1, Sassy but Precious. You scratch into the 4, Trotting Gear, who could get loose in here.
That's what I'm hoping for. This is this filly's only shot. She's been bet the last 3 starts here and burned a lot of money doing it.
You got loose in both starts, too.
Exactly, and just can't seal the deal. But in a particular spot like this, I don't see anybody closing. This
I
is
think
her
that's
day.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope.
The odds, of course, are all out of whack here with a
Exactly, yeah.
huge favorite going out. Take note of the 7. She's red hot. Gabriel Maldonado is going to ride. I scratch into the 2, Caravana. She needs some pace to run into, and that might be her ultimate undoing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the 9, I Love Ireland, a little bit. Now, Kennedy Barrowgate is going to ride, and this is a 5-pound apprentice, 22 years old. He was first in the Lafitte Pinkai Jockey School in Panama, leading apprentice over there, and it looks like he's on a live one here.
Yeah, he does, and it's nice to have these younger riders come over here. I think we were talking off air. I believe Luis Saez went to that school as well in Panama, so a lot of good riders come out of that school. We'll see how he fares here today. But I Love Ireland is a horse that I'm not so sure about the dirt with this guy yet. Only 1 dirt start, and it was a very, very far beaten finish. But this horse is a different horse now.
Right.
So still 0 for 9, kind of has some spotty layoff in his program, just different weird spacing between races. Hopefully this is a filly that can get on the right path today.
Yeah, and I mean, this is route speed, but she showed some speed in
Yeah.
her last two. You get an apprentice with a weight allowance, 5-pound apprentice, by the way. And maybe he puts her in the race, and
Yeah.
you know, maybe he's reading the form and he's saying, you know what, if Trotting Gear's a horse to beat, I'm just going to try to stick to her.
Yeah, exactly. Just follow. And
Follow
we know
her.
Trotting Gear can't close,
Right.
so
Get-
yeah.
Get to her outside when
Yeah.
she tires. So we'll see what we get. A little bit of a tricky race to kick things off here.
Yeah.
Late pick 4 now in the 5th. We route on the Tapeta, going a mile and 70. 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up, which have never won 2. We'll take a look at my ticket. It's the same now as the Rainbow. The Rainbow was reworked. This was always the standard because I had to single Astro Weeks. I'm not going to go 3 deep there and play a $72 late pick 4. So here it is here, and I'll tweet it out and all that good stuff. But back to race number 5, and I don't know. This is a tricky race as well, and let's see where you went. All right, we both got some interest in the 7, Spirit
Yeah.
of Power. Lionel, we said it last week. We'll say it again, and we'll show you the standings. You just got to pay attention where he's getting aboard.
Yeah, you do, because now it's getting to the point where they're starting to get bet now. They're on to
Yeah.
us because he used to be kind of a secret, I think. But this is a filly. She's coming into this race fresh, and in a spot like this, Brian, I think fresh legs is a good way
Sure.
to go. I haven't seen her since the end of March, and she was claimed away from trainer Safi Joseph, so now first start in the barn. Yet to win here for this Royal Palm meet, but I like the fact that she's fresh here. I think that's going to be her biggest edge, and if she can run anything like that last race, it should put her right there.
Yeah, my only, to nitpick, you would not think you're going to claim at the end of March to come back
Yep.
early June.
You're
but,
right.
She's still a definite player. I went to the 6 extra Indy. I know, excuse me, low percentage barn, but this drop has got to play, doesn't it?
It has to, and this is a young trainer just getting into the game,
Yeah.
and it's nice to see him dropping horses probably where they're going to fit, and
Right.
this is necessary for her. Now she is a 3-year-old facing older, so at this time of year, yeah, you can argue. I still think it's a big deal here, but the drop it should help.
Yeah, and she ran against older 3 starts back,
Exactly,
so
yep.
she's done it already when it was really disadvantageous
True,
at
yeah.
that point. So at least she's got that
Yeah.
to go on. Number 8, Major Price. I mean, if we can draw a line through the turf race, she's back doing what Antonio does best.
Yeah, and we've got a stat on Antonio as well. We'll go ahead and bring up, and this is a blinkers go off on this horse. Now, they tried him last time. They're pulling him back off. 4 for 23, 17 win percentage the last 5 years. They were just kind of throwing something at the wall, but I don't know if it was a product of the toughness of the race or, wow, this horse just really, it was a horse that got into some trouble last time, but they're coming right back off here.
Yeah.
I like to see that, and it's a good drop for the barn.
Yeah, and another 3-year-old filly that has run against
Yep.
older and has run very, very well against older in a very fast race, the Artifact race at her stablemate.
Yep.
That was a very good race.
It was, yeah.
Late pick 3-time in the 6. We're at that flat 1-turn mile on a fast main track. 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. 62.50 is the tag. Just looks like Astro Weeks, right?
It does. I would be extremely, extremely shocked if somebody else wins this race.
Okay.
I think that this is a horse that he's got enough kind of tactical speed to him. He's drawn well for this spot here. Angel Morales, he gets a little weight break here on the rest of the field. This is just a horse that he's got to win this, right?
Yeah, and I would be stunned if he's not favored.
Yeah.
The Twin Sneakers can't be favored in this race.
I hope not.
The Twin Sneakers got a supersonic, hellacious meltdown 2 starts back and took advantage of that. That's the only path to victory for the Twin Sneakers,
Yep.
and I don't see that happening. And conversely, the 2 Grand Player might actually get loose in this race. And,
Yeah.
You know.
And I think this is a horse that's going to love the distance as
Mm-hmm.
well. I mean, just this 1 turn, 1 mile distance, I should say, because at Tampa he tried his hand going those 2 turns.
Yeah.
I love this distance for him. He should really flourish because he's got that kind of, like you said, a little bit of speed, but not something that's going to burn his engine too early.
Right. They went 45-3 at this trip for the Twin Sneakers,
Yeah.
2 back, and then last time was a much more realistic race. He's just got no speed
No.
whatsoever. He's the type of horse you have to going to make him beat you. He's not going to be 8-5, but you got to make him beat you regardless. The Tapeta in race number 7 to kick off the late double. We're sprinting 5. 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up here, which have never won 2. The tag is 20, and you go to the 7. Bullock is facing older today for the first time.
Yeah, she is, which could be a bit problematic. But I think as far as the horses she's facing in this spot, it's a lot softer field.
Yeah.
Avidal Hero is a very, very good one. Girl Bye is another good one as well. You know, this is a filly that I played against her when you liked her. Actually, the last 2 times I've played against her. But I think in a field like this, the way that she's drawn, Edwin Gonzalez aboard, this is just a sign to me that she's ready to roll today.
Yeah, no, it's a good post for her and her running style. She's spiteful. Drops from 35 to 20. That's good in and of its own self. I don't think we've run a better 35 race than she comes out of.
I would agree with that. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
But coming back a little quick.
A little quick, but I mean, Jose does this. So.
He does. This is a move. Him and Antonio Sano both,
Yeah.
they run these horses when the races come. 8 days, I don't know. I can see it, and I wouldn't be shocked if she won, but she's not one that I would be rushing to the windows.
Yeah, and that was also her first start against older, so she got really thrown into the deep end of the pool here. Talk about the 3 Light and Path, who was not on my radar.
Taking a drop in class as well. Tried that starter allowance level last time, and that was on the grass. Now, I worry that this is a filly that she's much quicker on the grass than anywhere else.
Yeah.
She'll have to prove it today, but she's got some speed. And yes, there is some other speed in this spot as well. But Antonio Sano, Edgar Zayas, the last time Edgar was on this horse, it was a winning trip.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It'll be interesting to see where she shakes out in the field, because this cutback is a quick one. We'll see where she's placed. The 8th is very tricky, as we've talked about here. $35,000 maiden claimers, just the 3-year-olds here, going 5.5 on the Tapeta. Number 2, Peach Nectar for you in a spread race.
Yeah, and this is a horse that was kind of a bit unruly last time in the maiden special weight ranks. That was at the end of April. Thinking that the drop is much suited for this horse, especially the way that he acted in that last race, and he really didn't show up much at all. And I'm not saying Point Liam is any superstar, but I like this move from this barn here.
Would he be a candidate to be gelded?
Definitely. Yes, maybe that will happen after this race. First time gelding.
I'm on big balloons here. It's my long shot play of the day. I think he's 8 on the line. I think we're supposed to get 8. I think that's a good number. Let's take a look at the replay last time. We've already talked about the Scott Acker barn. I think this is a pretty good, horseman here. Here's big balloons, and he's the 4. I know he was 8-5. I get it. And he kind of gets swallowed up here, and to his credit, he fights on a little bit. You would think right now he's definitely going to be 4th, right? Yeah. He actually gets 3rd. I thought he showed a little, the winner's gone, Copper Master, but I thought he showed a little fight to come back on the 1, Papa de Cielo. There's nothing great here. I thought it was a decent effort. 2 things going on today for a sharp, a barn that we think does a good job with the limited stock that they have. Yep. Blinkers go on. Maybe we get a little more focus and the gelding with the proper spacing, too, off the claim.
Yeah, incredible. And I'm hoping this will be kind of just a new horse here, especially with the first-time gelding. And like you said, it wasn't a bad effort last time. I think we all had him as a single that day, which is funny that now he's the long shot.
Yeah, he better be 8-1 in here because he's looking up at most of these. Scott doesn't claim a lot of horses. He's got to win off the claim, though, so there's that. Get cozy. I mean, he's fine, but there's a reason we have him in 2nd, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of has been knocking at the door and has been running races that were winning trips, and he just hasn't been able to win. $35,000 now for the claiming price. Yeah, this will be his day. And now with his jockey on, it says, okay, we're going to go.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be speed.
Yeah. The other thing, too, he's not winning. He hasn't even been close to winning either.
No. A couple starts back, maybe the 3rd place finish.
Yeah,
sprinting
speculation.
Yeah, sprinting, no shot. But he's going to have to get after it today.
Yeah, and he's 7-5, and I don't really disagree with that, but it's just kind of like we've seen this before. Maybe the 35 level gets it for him, and he's going to be in front. They'll have to catch him, but let's just take a wait-and-see approach on that. There's the 8-pack for you, but before we leave you, we've got the lightning round, of course, and we will take a look at that now. And as we do on the first day of every racing week, and that will be Friday going forward, we'll take a look at the standings. And this is going to be a pretty boring segment going forward because Lionel has just wished to bid this field adieu.
Yeah, he has. It's amazing as well. He's just really opened the doors on the rest of these guys, and kudos to him. And everybody following behind him, it's not like they're not riding incredible. They are, but just
absolutely
going to see his heels.
Yeah, Edwin Gonzalez has been in such good form. ECL been doing his thing, and Miguel Vasquez has picked it up. Edgar Zayas will make a run here to get on that board and get on the podium because it's great to see him back. And as Samantha said, he won the stakes the other day. And we've already mentioned it a few times. We'll remind you again, going forward now, 3-day racing week. Oh, excuse me, the trainer standings. And I think Safi put one up on Jose. I think it was a one difference last week.
Yeah, it was, and that'll be a close one as well. They both are kind of just really getting going here, and we'll see him firing a lot of horses over the summertime. It'll be exciting.
Bobby D looking good in that picture.
I saw you looking at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year
We
is
can only
that?
be as cool as him.
Well, there's only one guy cooler.
Ralph Nix.
We know who that is. Schedule, as I jumped the gun here, but Friday through Sunday going forward. So just take note of that. 12:50, we're going to keep the post on here. Royal Palm Meet live Friday through Sunday. Of course, Silks will be open each and every day if you want to fire. I think you took advantage of that yesterday. You mentioned, right?
Yeah.
All right. Every Friday, too, the Pick 3 is a great promotion here. We can take a look at that each and every Friday, the last 3 races.
Yep, make sure to get involved on Express Bet. You can get a cash prize, get a little bit of extra money in your bankroll. It'll be good.
So our sister track up in Maryland, Pimlico, they have 2 massive carryovers today as they come back racing in the, this is the Rainbow, okay? 483, 20-cent bet, just like we have here. And the other one is they've got the Super High 5, which is each and every racing day, and that's over 400,000 as well.
Yeah, it's incredible, and get into those races there. They're in your form you get here.
Yeah.
It's a nice card today as well. They've got some really nice grass racing and some big fields, so get involved.
Great grass racing in Maryland. Your best bet? I lost mine.
Mine is from the first race. Yes, Hustle Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I think she's going to be very, very tough to beat. My long shot is all the way at the end, and that is in the finale, Big Balloons, the 7. Hopefully we get that. How about you?
I believe, okay, yep, the first-time starter. This is going to be a little tricky now with the 2 scratches.
Yeah.
I think that we probably won't get 6-1 in on the other side of that. Draws the rail now with the scratches, so tread lightly.
Agree with that. 2 key scratches in that race. So that's it. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, 27 minutes for the opener. We're happy to have you aboard. Big Rainbow 6, $200,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. We'll see you for the opener shortly.